What's going on, guys? We changed Joku Sneaker Principal, and it is bedtime. And I just finished reading my kids their bedtime story, a little catastic hero story from Gabby's Dollhouse. I just want to talk to you real quickly about what it's like for me to be a dad, to be a father, co-parenting, moving from being in a marriage to being now separated and living in two spaces. Hopefully the audio on this is pretty good. I don't want to talk too loud because I want them to be in bed so I can get them up early in the morning to get to school. But I have to first to start by saying I love being a father. I love the adventure of being there for two human beings that are relying on their parents to guide them through the world. Even though they don't know that yet, I think instinctually they know that's our job. But also, I think they also know that that mommy and daddy are not typical. But the funny thing is, I don't know what typical is because the other day my daughter was like telling me about one of her classmates that has two dads, and she was like telling me, like she was instructing me, like, my friend so and so has two dads, and no mommy. But she said in such a matter-of-fact way, which I think in a different time frame and generation, people would have been freaked out, like, oh my God, there's two fathers. But now it's normal. This is the reality of the human existence. We come in various styles and ways. Okay, I'm back. My son was calling for me with the tone of an emergency. That's why I had to stop the video and go to see if he was okay. And his complaint was this, that his sister told him he has a stinky breath. I see it. I can't. He says, she says I have a stinky breath and she's lying. Parenthood. So they do this all the time now. They go back and forth. They find ways to mess with each other. I'm sorry. I'm trying not to laugh, but I'm thinking about growing up, the oldest of five, and I don't remember ever having those types of dialogues with my siblings. I was the oldest, and my job was to make sure they were good. Yeah, did any of my siblings ever have stinky breath? I'm pretty sure they did, but it was kind of like, okay, whatever. But my daughter would say that to her brother just to mess with him, but she knows it's just gonna get under his skin. And we're talking about 6 and 4.5-year-olds. That's what they do. But yeah. Yeah, so they're with me for the next 2 days. They spend majority of the time with their mother and spend weekend times with me. And I wish it wasn't like this, but this is what's best for I think, for my sanity and my overall existence. And I think I would like to think the same thing for their mother. But we both love our kids a lot. And I believe we both would do anything for them, for their well-being. We've worked hard to get them to the best schools and the best environments for them to develop. And but it doesn't change the fact that it is hard. I can always speak for myself as a male, no longer in a household, in the family structure, and having to create a family structure where it's two households. But nonetheless, I mean, I'll say this again, it doesn't change the fact that I love my kids tremendously. And regardless of how much we get along or don't get along, I respect their mother for what she does, because parenting is hard, and I know it's hard for a woman, especially these early stages when the kids really need her more so than me on a day-to-day. Sometimes I feel like I'm just like, hey, Daddy, we want this. But again, they're kids. They're that age. But I just wanted to share this because I know that I'm not the only one. There are men out there who are struggling with this. And one thing I want to say is, regardless of how you're perceived or judged, you still have to be present for your kids. And you have to be present the best way you can be present. One of the things that I've learned recently, not even learned, but just accepted, that as parents, we do the best that we can. Literally, that's what we do. We do the best that we can. And the most important thing is not to let anyone else frame what that best is for you. You just have to understand what the best is coming from you. And not to shortchange your children, because best is only something you can define for yourself. And I know that I am doing my best. Just like my father, regardless of how much I thought he wasn't, he did his best. Because I probably wouldn't be here right now, where I'm at right now in life, if it wasn't for his actions. Even though I didn't like his actions, but I have to also accept his actions. Kind of like the butterfly effect. You know, the flood of the wings turns into a hurricane across the world. Butterfly effect, right? And I'm pretty sure I'm explaining that incorrectly. But his actions, you know, kind of domino effect to where I'm at today. And now it's my responsibility to do my best to domino effect for my kids. But yeah, I just wanted to make this quick video and just to encourage fathers out there to be present, be there, the best way that you know how to. Because one thing I know is the more you're present, the better you become and the better you are at being present. If you're just not there at all, period, then guess what? You're causing so much harm, you know, because eventually your kids will ask, where are you? Where were you? And you can't just show up at the last minute and say, hey, I wanted to be there, but I just didn't know how to. No, that's not acceptable. You just be there the best way you know how to. So, yeah. So right now, I'm about to go to bed. My babies are in their bedroom. And I love when you're with me. I really do. All right. With that being said, Uche and Joku, be well, be amazing. I'll talk to you all soon. Good night.